Yeehaw! Welcome to Cooking with PapaTuck in Father Chip's Kitchen. We have a special show today, and this is Father Chip.
Howdy everybody, glad to be here with PapaTuck, and we're going to show you today how we're going to cook up some lasagna. It's going to be really a family type recipe. I had 3 kids, they just left the house, the last one just went off to college, but it's kind of a family tradition, and whenever they come back they always ask for it. And we're going to go actually today with something that's kind of easy to make, something you might find on the back of a lasagna box. It's a recipe I've used for years. It's one we found we like best, and it's real easy, but it's a great thing to be able to make a lasagna real quick and feed a whole family without much ado.
Now this sounds good, and this is something that you brought your family up with once in a while.
Pretty much so.
This is a family meal, and that's what this is all about, family cooking.
Perfect.
So what do we need to do?
Well, I think we got to find ourselves a recipe you like. Go ahead and get yourself a box of lasagna at some point, and find one that usually has a recipe for how to make a nice sheet of lasagna on the back. Usually they're not too difficult to do, so find one you like, tear it off, and put it in your menu envelope. I'm sure there's plenty of them online now you can just download too. But the first thing you got to do is tear off the recipe, figure out what ingredients you need, make a list, and go down to your favorite store and buy those things you need. So let's just start with this. This recipe calls for a ½ pound of Italian sausage, and I got a whole bunch of things in here just this morning, so I know they're fresh.
What's really nice about this is for the family. This is a family recipe. This is off the box of a lasagna, and it's from what I'm going to gather, this is very inexpensive for a family bringing children up.
Absolutely,
and in these hard times, that's very important.
Then I've just got some regular ground beef. There was a special this morning. It still looked good enough to buy, so I made out like a bandit with that.
I love it. And you went down to Stop and Shop?
Stop and Shop right here in Edgartown, Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's about a 2½ pound of package of burger.
And they're only going to be calling for about a half. I'm going to make one sheet. Usually I double the recipe because we like to freeze it, and then I like to do more cooking than I need to. But,
okay.
So we'll use about a ½ pound of the sweet Italian sausage. I buy sweet. Some people like mild.
About 4 links.
Or hot, right?
About 4 links.
And then I might use 5 this time just to give it a little bit more meat. And then they also call for about a ½ pound meat, and I might use just a little bit more than that.
Okay. And we have some nice fresh garlic going in.
Need some garlic, and we need to get some salt ready. So excuse me, camera. There you go. That'll work.
Yeah, I like this.
I'll grab those parsley flakes. Dry's fine with me. It gets wet.
Now you're fresh on the island.
I've only been here since November, about 4 months or so.
Well, welcome to the island, Father Chip. I like it.
I am one new wash ashore.
Yes, you are.
And happy to be here. This place is beautiful.
Paradise.
My wife Colleen and I just feel very welcome. The people here are real nice. Great community, and a great church that I'm at.
And tell us a little bit about the church.
It's St. Andrew's Episcopal Church. It's on downtown Edgartown on the corner of Summer and Winter Streets. It's that little tiny red brick looking church that's down there. Great church, great core faithful people there. The rector there that was there for 15 years, a guy named Bob Edmonds. He was here, and he left 2 years ago. He's now at a very large church in Jerusalem. I think it even might be the cathedral. He's helping the Bishop of Jerusalem.
Nice.
So he's got an interesting gig.
Very impressive.
But we have worship once a day, believe it or not, public worship once a day. We have Holy Communion on Sundays at 8 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock. You just go ahead and call the church or hop on the website if you want some more information about what other services there are. Some of them only last a few minutes.
Right.
But, middle of the day, noontime Eucharist, 15, 20 minutes.
I'm going to be coming down. We're going to be doing the May breakfast. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
A little bit, too, because that's going to be a lot of fun. And this is going to be your first
May
breakfast.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Which is all about charity, from what I'm understanding.
100%. Your dollars go to filling your stomach, but then also to charity. 100% go right to charity, right here on the island.
I love it. I love it.
So let's get going here. Now, the first thing I figured out to do when I moved to the island is I've got this newfangled Gen Air equipment here, and I figured out that it seemingly takes forever to heat up and boil water. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Okay. And I like to get a lot of water going because it takes a lot of water to boil up your lasagna noodles.
Well, this is about 3/4 full?
Yeah, that'll work. And then, so we've got garlic, I got the salt, I got spaghetti sauce. Now everybody tells me you gotta cook spaghetti, make spaghetti sauce from scratch. You know, sometimes if I'm in a pinch, I don't want to have to worry about that. I don't, so I make sure I have some spaghetti sauce on hand. And there's usually good deals at your neighborhood store about spaghetti sauce. They're not too expensive. And I always buy a little bit extra than the recipe calls for, because sometimes for some reason the recipes don't seem to call for enough.
And this is really great for families that are working and on the go.
Right.
It takes 2 people to make a living today. You come on in, you stop at the store, you grab your little goodies, and this recipe, everything's right off the shelf at the store, in other words.
Yeah.
At PapaTuck's kitchen, that's in the freezer, because I make one big sauce once a month and freeze it so that we can pull out. But
that's the way
this is the way to do it for the working families out there. If you want a really nice sheet lasagna real quick, this is the way to go.
And it freezes up nice. You probably keep in your freezer a month or so, maybe?
Yep. I always make a lot. I'm from an Italian family, so. And there it is. That right down there.
All right.
I'll put a top on it so it'll boil faster.
That's a good idea. Let's do that. All right. Great.
There.
Just the other ingredients this calls for is a 6-ounce jar of tomato paste. I got my 16 ounces, a pound of lasagna. 2 eggs. I'm going to have to beat them slightly.
Okay.
And then 2 cups of ricotta cheese.
Regattes. Yep.
Right? And then Prince grated Parmesan cheese. I chose the fresh because
Nice.
this makes a big difference in the taste.
Nice.
2 tablespoons of parsley flakes. We got some dried parsley, which is fine.
Okay.
And then a little black pepper, and then 1 pound of mozz, thinly sliced mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
And then we're ready to go. We're cooking.
All right.
So let's grab one of these things here. Now I usually like to do a couple of things with my recipes that are just a little different. In case you have special things you like to do, it's always a little bit more creative to do things like add diced up onions and peppers to the sauce, just to give it a little.
So we're gonna dice up some onions and peppers.
Yeah.
Give it a little zest.
Give it a little zest.
Yep.
And then that'll help. Today I'm going to use red pepper. It's a little sweeter. And green obviously works just fine.
Okay.
So
But we're using red today.
Red pepper. And I thought maybe what we would do is just maybe
Bring it
use
over
about
here
half
and-
of that red pepper and dice it up easy. And dice it up fine. Same
Okay.
thing with the mushroom. Otherwise it gets too chunky in the sauce from the lasagna.
You want me to dice these up?
That'd be great.
All right.
Let's see. Tell me what kind of knife you like.
Anyone will do.
Got all kinds of paring and slicing knives and
I use
everything.
that right there.
There you go.
I use that right there. I get my binoculars on so I can see to do this. Dad says, "Welcome to the mid-40s."
Father Chip.
Father Chip.
All right, so I'm going to start.
You want this whole thing diced up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I would just do about 2/3 maybe.
Okay.
I don't care if you do the whole thing. All right, now what I'm going to do is green up this beef, and I'm also going to green up the sausage, brown up rather. Not
Brown up.
The green thing's different. And then, so let's get that going over here. And I'm probably just going to use a little bit more than half of this. And get that going. Watch yourself now.
Okay. I'm going to move this right back over here. We're going to do 2/3 of this pepper up.
Perfect.
We'll just dice it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that May breakfast.
That's going to be a lot of fun. This would be my first time at the May breakfast also.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be coming down there and do a little cooking with the cooks down there. I guess there's going to be some music.
Oh yeah.
We'll hear a little bit about that too. And no, this sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Well, we find, we run it, it's going to be Friday morning, May 7th.
Okay.
And,
what time does it start?
Hey, I think we've got some people over here that want to come in and tell us more about that.
Oh, we do.
Look who's here.
Awesome. Here's some people to tell us about the May breakfast. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Laurel.
Hi, Father Chip.
Nice to see you.
Okay.